Amigas, 'tis I, Chlois, aka Manny Bisshhh, on Insta. Today we are using Revel Lavender Lemonade and Kiara Sky Galaxy Rose. This Lavender Lemonade is from their, mystery box in spring last year, I think, maybe? I honestly don't remember if it was this year or last year, but this is my first time using it. And I thought it would go really good with this. So I do have this sped up quite a bit because this video was almost 40 minutes long after editing it. So then I had to resave it and then go in and edit again and try and speed it up. So we're using the gel method here. And I'm using my Mani Boss gel base. And I'm just doing the pour over method here. And so applying these thin layers of gel base, and then before curing, pouring the powder over. And I like to do all of my nails at once and then cure them all together. And I will be curing them for 60 seconds. And I am putting one layer of this color down on all of my nails to act as a base. Because when we come back for our second layer, some of them will have a few different things going on. So, are y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? I'm so excited about this mani. I have been wanting to do, so if you've seen the thumbnail, you know it's gnomes. I have been wanting to do a gnome mani since last year when I first seen them, and I never got around to it, and I'm so glad that I squeezed it in literally this year because, oh my god, I love it. So, I'm trying to figure out what my life is right here during this part. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing? So, I decided to start with my thumb. So, what I am doing is applying a full cover of gel base on my thumb. But I am going to be doing a freehand color block. And I am going to be putting my thumb in at a diagonal because I'm trying to get a curved kind of diagonal line going on here. And then I'm going to dust away some of the glitter on my skin. And still not cured yet. I'm going to go and pour lavender lemonade over it. I did move the cap out of the way and was trying to be really strategic with how I placed this and poured it so I wouldn't make a huge mess. But I didn't want to put it over the cap because I felt like that powder hitting some of the glitter, loose glitter would be falling into the powder that I didn't want the loose glitter into. So, yeah. I'm pressing that glitter in to my nail to make sure it's as flat as can be. And cured it. It is cured and good to go for 60 seconds. And so here, I thought I knew what I was doing in my head, and I was like, okay, I'll just do the two nails that I know I'm going to be blah, blah, blah. I'll do those ones first, then I'll go in with the other two. No, I literally lost my mind and my train of thought, don't know what I was doing. So I went and put gel on all of my fingers and decided that I would put the glitter on my ring and pinky finger because that's what it was going on in my head, and for some reason I completely forgot the vision that I had. So I finally got myself back up. I'm doing the glitter, and then I will be pouring over I already poured over my second layer on the other two nails, my index and middle finger, because there was nothing special to that. It was literally a second layer. So then scrubby brushing those off. I am now applying my encapsulation coat now, and I am doing this with my Mani Boss 2-in-1 gel. I love this stuff. So I am using that for my encapsulation. And after curing this again for 60 seconds, I actually didn't end up filing or buffing these nails because now I probably could have buffed. That probably would have been smart on my part, but I didn't. I didn't even file because you'll see, I'll show you the angle of my nails, and I actually there was nothing significantly wrong with them. So I left them alone and just went right into nail art. So I'm using Butterfly from Sparkle & Co. in their gel liner. And I mixed it with a little bit of white to get a lighter lavender color. And then I went in and put another top coat on my pinky because that one's just going to stay glossy like that. And for my thumb, I had this vision of it being half matte, half glossy. So I put my matte top coat on first, and now I'm just using alcohol to rub away that matte top coat off of the glitter because that's the part that I want to be glossy. And I'm just going to strategically place the glossy top coat on the glitter and avoid the matte shimmery situation. So now I cured that for 60 seconds. Now we have matte, half shiny on this. And I'm putting that lavender, I'm just using that on a nail art brush, and I'm putting that like to separate the two. And I did cure that for 30 seconds because I do not want it to be textured. I wanted that line to be fine and like just on its own. Now, these snowflakes here, creating the dots and going outwards and then connecting them, I am now going to be connecting those lines to a point in the center, and then adding little lines at the points going outwards to get, the the snowflake vibe going. And then I'm pouring Lola from Revel on top to give us the texture. So this is what this nail looks like. It is completely done now. Now here's where I started to run into some trouble. I decided that I was going to use my liner gel white art situation to cover my entire ring finger, and it was too like thick and floody and like messy, so I ended up wiping it off. And then I went and grabbed my White Addict from Nail Addict, now Nail Reserve, and I'm just putting a thin layer of this. Now, I will say for this, I did not care that it was like fully opaque because I am going to be pouring Snow Way from Manny Boss on top of it, and that does have a like white base and it's shimmery, so I wasn't concerned about it not being opaque. I actually liked that some of the purple came through because it looks more like a thin layer of snow as opposed to like craziness. So before I even cured that, it has not been cured yet, I'm going in and I'm creating snow prints, some feet prints in the snow. So I started off with the bigger side of my dotting tool and then moved to the smaller side because I liked that I had more control with that one. And I'm just kind of like staggering these a little bit to where they look like they're like just kind of walking. And then after I got those done, still haven't cured it yet, I actually wanted to apply, like make it look like snowflakes too. Like, I just thought that would be kind of different because this is like a trending nail art situation happening now, but I haven't seen anybody do it with snowflakes, and I also haven't seen anybody do it with the glitter underneath, and that's what I wanted. I wanted that base of glitter underneath, so that way when the footprints and stuff were in the snow, you could see that glossy glitter underneath, and so I appreciated that. So now I went in with a white French tip on my middle finger, and I did cure that, and I'm creating little hairs now for our gnome guy, and I mixed up a darker gray using black and white, and then a lighter gray also using black and white, just more white than black. And I'm creating these little squiggly hair guys, and I cured that for 30 seconds and then decided, wait, I needed to do this more like straight across my nail and not as an actual French tip. And so I filled in that area and then added a little bit more white to his beard that I already had going on. And I cured that for another 30 seconds. And then now we're going back in with more hair to fill in the rest. And then, curing that for 30 seconds, I am adding his little nose. So for this, I used Kiara Sky Blend the Rules and added a little bit of pink to it to create a more pink undertone for his nose. So after curing that for a full minute, because it was a little bit thicker, I am now going in with my little gnome hat, and I'm using that same lavender color that we've used on my thumb, and I'm just creating trying to create a rounded like Santa hat, and I will say, I don't know if I should have left him like this or if it was the right move to add all the glitter that I'm gonna add. I don't really know, because I actually do like the way that it looked without all the glitter. Like, that's cute right there, And I feel like the glitter kind of lost the curvature of the hat that was going on, but whatever. I added glitter. So before curing that, I went ahead and added this glitter, pressed it into my nail like ever so slightly. You don't want to like roughly press because then you'll smear the gel underneath around and everything, and it'll be a mess. So lightly patting that into the gel. And then before I cured that, I also just went ahead and put matte top coat on my index finger because this one will be matte. And then I cured that for 60 seconds. Got rid of my glitter on my gnome guy. I will say some of his nose was still a little like not fully cured, so some of the glitter stuck to it, so I really had to like scrape at it to get that glitter off. But it came off. And now I'm taking my dotting tool and I am creating an outline for his little hat to make it more like Christmas-esque. So I gave him the like snow fluff on his hat and gave him a little ball on his hat and added a little bit more white to his beard because I felt like he was too like black and didn't have enough white in there. It was too dark hair. He needed more grays. So I added some white in there. And then I'm on my index finger, that same lavender color, I'm creating 3 little circles on my nail. One right in the center, bigger, and then 2 more off to the side, smaller. And I am again adding glitter to that nail before I cure it. This mani has a lot of texture to it. I will give it that. There is texture, glossy, like it's got all of the vibes to it, okay? So after curing that and getting all of that squared away, I am going to take my top coat, and my gnome guy is going to be glossy. So I am taking my top coat, and I am, I believe this is the 2-in-1 now, 2-in-1 top coat, and we are, or base and top coat, and we're doing our gnome guy, getting him all glossied up. And then I'm going to add a little bit of that to my palette, and I am going to only put this is why I'm using a small brush. I am only putting this gel on the glitter part so that will be the only part of this nail that will be glossy. The background will still be matte, but these little ball guys right now will be glossy. I'm going to be making them ornaments. So after I did this, I cured this for 60 seconds, maybe even 90. I think I cured it for 90 because they were a little bit thicker and I wanted to make sure that it got completely cured. And then I am adding our lines to these guys, just acting like they're hanging from my cuticle, drawing that line from my cuticle down to the center of them. And then I'm going to be adding, I flash cured this for about 10 seconds. So that way I wouldn't make a complete mess when I go to do this bow. Okay, just kidding. I didn't flash cure. I thought I did, but I didn't. So I'm making this bow. And I am like just trying to do the little curvatures. This is like kind of hard in the sense of having to like connect them. I don't even really know how to describe it. I would say just make sure you have enough product on your brush so that way you don't get like too crazy with having to turn your hand into it. So doing that and then creating the little tails coming around the little ornament, I am done with my nails. So I'll finish that off with another 60-second cure. And this is my mani. You guys, I am obsessed with this freaking gnome. Anyways, this is my last video for the week. Have a merry, merry, merry Christmas and fun with your families. And I will catch y'all next week in the next one. Bye, bitches.